Hello, this is Whatcast and I am Matt. So today then I'm really looking forward to watching this. This is a conversation between the infamous Steve, Flat Earth Steve, Will Duffy. This is from Flatzoid's channel, so obviously Flatzoid's in there as well. And they are discussing why Will didn't call Steve when he was in Antarctica. They agreed he would call him one night at midnight and talk to him on the phone on a live stream as well, so it could all be verified. He didn't do it on night one. Steve threw a bit of a tantrum, so it didn't happen at all, even though Will did address Steve on a live stream while the sun was right there at midnight, but they don't accept it because it wasn't Steve. Steve's the special one that needs to be spoken to. Will was interacting with the chat that was live at the time. I was watching live at the time. The chat was definitely real. They were interacting with it, but it's not good enough for Steve. So Steve's been throwing a tantrum and crying about it ever since. If you've watched any of my debates that I've had with Gas Pressure / Spurs Chemo on my channel, go scroll back and check them out. He references Steve endlessly as evidence of why this was all fake and a sham. Flatzoid always interests me with his reactions, and he's like the cringe king. He really does make me cringe just the way he reacts to things. It's endlessly funny to me, so I'm looking forward to that, and I want to see what this conversation's even about, because I've only seen it on that it's been covered by FTFE and MC Toon. So let's check it out right now. Here it is. Right there, let's go. Eventually.
The thing is, to the flat Earth, there is no actual geometric South Pole. There's only a ceremonial South Pole because it's a pole that they've placed at an arbitrary position. So
I'm very aware of the flat Earth.
It's only just started, so I don't really know what's happened here. It's 18 seconds in. They're already talking about the South Pole. They've done a video when Will was asking Flatzoid and his little posse where the South Pole is on a flat Earth, and they couldn't answer the question. So they still seem to be on that topic, but I don't know what's happened here. Maybe one of Flatzoid's live streams went wrong and it's only just kicked in here, or maybe he's cut the beginning bit out. I don't know. Let's see.
I'm just saying that ceremonial South Pole that you're claiming is arbitrary, where is it?
In Antarctica.
Oh, no.
Where in Antarctica? Because you guys make Antarctica so big.
Yeah, but that's all I was trying to explain to you with when you're trying to use the Gleason's map, or when you we can do the Mercator map, it does the same thing. Because it stretches it out. A map doesn't determine reality. So when you're strawmanning us for using the Gleason's map and saying, "Oh, where on the Gleason's map
what
is
on earth is he talking about?
South Pole?" Well, we say, "Well, show me on the Mercator map." It's the same thing. You can't.
Okay, so what is 90 degrees south on a flat Earth?
Away from north. Remember the degrees south latitudes are just a grid system.
Correct. And so
he knows he can't answer. This is so infuriating to listen to.
Correct.
Agreed.
So it's very large.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have like an approximate longitude where that ceremonial South Pole is at 90 degrees south.
Well, like I said, I'd say the closest from it would be South America. If you would like to travel to the ceremonial South Pole, it would be closer.
Okay, so when people travel to the ceremonial South Pole from your country, South Africa, how do they get there so quickly? Because they get there pretty quick.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I know they go to Troll Station first.
Okay, well, it does refute flat Earth, by the way.
Not really. But okay,
yes,
anyway,
totally.
Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming.
But anyway, let's move along.
Duffy, is it okay if we ask you to open up this in prayer? Because we're not here to attack or anything. We just want to ask some questions and hopefully, do this on the right way, if that's okay with you. Is that fine?
Yeah, are you asking me to lead it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
Yep. Heavenly Father, I just ask for your presence in this conversation with Keith and Steve, and I just pray that you can open up their hearts and minds to the truth. I don't know exactly why they are so closed off to the truth of your creation and reality, but I just pray that you can work on them and work on those around them so that they can see the truth and move on in their lives. We pray this all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Not what
I think
Flatzoid
way to start
expected
this is
there.
Steve's also got first. He's going to ask you a few things and show it off, and then if you want to answer, it would be great, and then we move on from there.
Sure.
I will. Long time no
Prayer
speak.
before the conversation.
Good to see you.
Weird.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Well,
Oh,
I got
there goes Steve.
to here about 15 minutes before because just wanted to sort of have a chat with Flats, and if you'd been here, that would have been fine. What I thought would be to have, because I've got a couple of fundamental questions to ask you and TFE, and maybe Flats has as well, and maybe you've got some questions to ask us. But I thought maybe we could start off, say, like, I have 5 minutes to put why I'm here. And then you can come back and have 5 minutes or whatever. And then
You're here because you're trying to stretch out your 5 minutes of fame of being like one of the last desperate attempts of the flat earth community to discredit the final experiment. Like, you are, so many people's entire worldview hinges on Steve from the UK, as he calls himself here. And he absolutely loves it. He loves the notoriety of this. And it kind of, I love it too, because it shows how little of anything else they have other than Steve says, you didn't call Steve, and all of these ridiculous things that they have to cling to try to stop the collapse of their entire worldview. Thank you.
then we can get into a discussion. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Steve trying to be everyone's friend
the
as
5 minutes
usual.
starts now. So I was happy in my
Steve's like the smiling assassin. Or he tries to be anyway, but it's just not much. It's a bit of a shit assassin. If a smiling assassin was someone that smiled a lot, tried to be everyone's mate, and then missed when he tried to shoot everybody, that's Steve.
Flat Earth retirement until TFE came along. And Will Duffy sat before me now, put out a call to say if any Flat Earthers got anything that they want to bring to the table that I haven't heard before, says Will. So I emailed you. And next thing, I got an email saying, I haven't heard that before. That sounds great. And I was on your show pre going to the ice. And what I was on your show for was that I had said that because I'm a biblical flat earther, that I believe the sun circuits the earth.
So he pre-go into the ice. Is it? Why won't he call it Antarctica? Because he doesn't believe they went there. So it's going to keep calling it the ice. Like it could have been anywhere. Where else could it have been? In December, to have 24-hour daylight on ice. What would you think that would be? The North Pole? Nah.
Just as it says in Psalm 19, the sun carries on its magnificent circuit. I'd worked out that at 3 o'clock UK time in the morning, which would be midnight Yeshua time and also midnight Punta Serenas time and midnight Union Glacier time, I'd worked out that by that time the sun would have long gone. And I came onto your show and said, what we'll do, Will, to make it so that as foolproof as it can be, because you going out onto the ice, you'll be following 5 or 6 other failed attempts where they've been shown to have been fraudulent in various areas for capturing the 20.
None of them. This is why they don't listen to anything. Like, Will's addressed this numerous times, that all they had to do was ask for the original source videos of the ones that was proven to be fraudulent. None of them did. They watched them online, done their crap analysis of them, and then all just agreed with each other without knowing what the analysis even meant. Typical.
24-hour sun. But what we would do is that you would WhatsApp me live at 3 o'clock UK time, which would be midnight. Any time between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning, UK time, you would
I'll get up for work, but just for reference here, I'll get up for work just before 3 a.m. every morning, and I clicked on this live stream that Will was on the day in question, and he actually addressed Steve live at 3 o'clock in the morning with the sun right behind him. It's not good enough, though, because he wasn't on the phone, apparently, even though they'd explained why and he offered to do it at a later time. I'll let them tell you.
and the site with your phone live, and you would talk to me, and you would show the sun in the sky, and then I would have some serious questions. So
I would have some serious questions, what you wouldn't accept if that's what you asked for. You said, actually, because I remember watching you before they went, you said that you would change your mind if he could prove that. And now you're saying, actually, I would have had serious questions. You've realised there's more money in it to pretend it isn't true. and to get this these followers you're possibly getting now from being the last hope of the flat.
Okay, I'm blessed to be here now, but if it works out, because you're going to have all sorts of things going on and I get it, right? It could
You can
be
get it.
like you're under pressure, etc., but at some time, call me at that time so we can demonstrate that the sun is in the sky live. So that's how we left it. And you said yes, you agreed to that. And then the next thing I know, I don't know whether it's the Lord who woke me up, but 3:30 in the morning, I woke up on the Sunday morning and my phone was silent, no message from you at all. And the next thing I know, you're on the ice with all the boys and girls and you're talking about capturing the midnight sun. And then you referenced me on the ice and you said, and hey, Steve, if you're looking, Steve had this thing about time zones, but we're here now. And look, we've captured the midnight sun. And my issue was never about time zones per se. My issue was about knowing that if the sun circuits the earth, that if you were to phone me at that time live, we would be able to see whether or not the sun was live in the sky. So anyway, so you didn't do it. I've kept the text and the emails. I texted you 3 times from my home to say, Will, give us a call, give us a call. The next thing is I get an email from you and the email says, hey, sorry, Steve, I couldn't live link with you. I couldn't WhatsApp with you because my phone was lent out for the Candace Owens live link onto Rumble. So I said, that's nonsense, Will, because you could have borrowed anybody's phone. There were loads of phones on the ice because the whole idea was that for you would be able to trounce a flat earther by calling live from the ice and showing everybody that the sun was in the sky and that you were calling me, but I got nothing. So then you then emailed back and said, I can do it.
Flatzoid nodding along there. Flatzoid will just go along with anything to keep his channel going and keep growing his subscribers. I'm open to any theory. All I know is it wasn't what they said it was. So definitely, I'll go with Steve now. I've tried a few other things. Steve now. That's my my hope.
Next morning, and I said, Will, sorry, you can do it the next evening. And I said, Will, I can't trust you now because I've seen all the people come out on the ice show, Jeremy being wheeled out, Whitsitt sort of saying, yeah, it's working. The 24-hour sun looks exactly like it's going to do it. And I'm thinking, they haven't even seen it. And Whitsitt says, I haven't even seen the 24-hour sun yet. And he's now parroting the message from TFE. So I couldn't trust you.
Oh, God, they were paid shills nonsense is so fucking cringe. Honestly, Whitsitt, why hasn't he come out as a Glober now then when he's come home? Instead, his life is spiraling. He's losing everything. It hasn't worked out well for Whitsitt. No, if there was a reward for him for not for lying and going with NASA, then it hasn't worked out very well from what I've seen earlier today, home videos, etc.
And so then you did another video where you said I was throwing my toys out the pram. You were saying I was getting angry, etc., etc. I wasn't getting angry.
Yes, you was. You absolutely were.
I was just stating facts. And you can look at the emails. I wasn't getting spiteful. I was just stating facts. I couldn't trust you. You didn't do what you said. So then we did a post. You then got back. We then did a post video, and in the post video, I raised some issues that suddenly brought six boys of TFE into the room. It was 6 against 1 at one point, 7 against 1 at one point.
That's because you was lying your ass off, and he was bringing people in for receipts. Because you were saying people had said things they hadn't said. Anyone could go watch this video. How this man can sit here and lie like this when it's on the internet for everybody to go see, but they don't care about stuff like that.
Which I found pretty daunting, but that's okay. It's not a problem because that's why we're here. We have to face tough things sometimes. And I was getting completely trounced by people calling me a liar.
We all have to face tough things. People have been diagnosed with life-ending illnesses and stuff today. Steve's tough thing is that no one didn't call me from Antarctica when they said that they were tough things. Fuck's sake.
And saying that, he's throwing his toys at the pram. What did he expect Will Duffy to call him? He had loads of things on his mind, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't about that. The principle was you agreed to do it and you didn't do it. And then the next thing I know is that Craig from FTFE, and I've nearly finished, Craig from Fight the Flat Earth, then calls me up, or he emails me and says, hey, Steve, do you want to come on the show? And I naively, because I've been out of the game for a long time, but I'm pretty clued up again now as to how nasty it can get. Craig from FTFE said, do you want to come on the show and talk about your experience? And what that turned into was a hatchet job from you guys, where a special video had been put together to slander me, to call me a liar, to make out that I was a liar.
That was a fantastic video. Anyone watching that's got any doubt about who's lying here and who isn't, go watch that video. It's Steve on the video. Steve's own words, contradicting himself over and over and over again. And he couldn't answer it at the end. He was sitting there having it played to him, and he could not refute it. But now he's thinking about it's a hatchet job. I've had a month to think about it now. I'm going to refute it now. Well done, Steve.
Called a liar, a psychopath. I had 3 hours of and it's fine.
Well, he was a liar, let's be honest.
Because I can take it and I'll conduct
Clearly not, because you're still crying about it.
myself well. I had 3 hours of slander from Craig from FTFE, calling me a psychopath and a liar, etc., etc., etc. Anyone who watches the show will see it.
Saw it. It was funny.
And at the end of the day, you had sent him all of the emails, because he said, I've been sent all the
Wake up, Flatzoid. Looks bored out of his box over there.
emails, I've been sent all the texts. So it became apparent to me that I had touched a nerve with this you not phoning, and it had become a really big thing, because if it does come out that you hadn't phoned me, and
It became a big thing because idiot flat earthers jumped on it immediately and used it as their best evidence as to why this was all a fraud. Because I had nothing, because I tried the... by the way, he just drunk out of a water bottle here. If you rewind it a bit, he just drunk out of a water bottle, and because it must have a green label on it. The TFE stuff behind appeared on the water bottle in front of him. That was their first attempt to debunk. Oh, it's using green screen. Look, you can see it on the bottles and all that in Antarctica. Then they tried other stuff with squishy suns and shadows and got annihilated and embarrassed again. So Steve is literally their last hope, and that is why this has become a big thing, because flat earthers made it a big thing, not because anyone else made it a big thing.
there's no valid reason why you didn't. It is a big thing because I had put forward an argument to show that if you couldn't phone me live because the sun wasn't in the sky, that would be a massive PR blow for anyone.
I spoke to you live on a live stream with the sun in the sky over his shoulder at midnight. I was watching. He was talking to the chat that I was reading at the same time.
TFE, and the end result was you didn't phone me. And so now lots of flat earthers are understanding this and saying that you were a snake about it, that you lied about it. I've got nothing to hide. I didn't lie at all. I didn't, everything that you saw.
Anyone watch that video of Steve lying over and over again?
I've been upfront about it, and I've been clear and coherent.
Bullshit.
And it's never. That is one aspect of the visit. Why didn't Will Duffy call me live from the ice? That is something that is rumbling on. A lot of flat earthers find that very suspicious, and
who cares? Flat earthers find everything suspicious
as to why that live call that would prove that you were live, that you could have borrowed anybody's phone to do it, why that live call didn't take place. So that's about 5 minutes. I'm done. That was me.
Before Will destroys him here, which is obviously going to do, I just want to say that I wish he'd done it, but would it have made any difference? No. And do you know why it wouldn't have made any difference? Because they just would have found another reason. And I think Steve is very fortunate that they didn't do it, because if they did, Steve would, like everyone else, have been ostracized from the cult and completely annihilated, called a shill, got hate mail, got death threats, got called names by everybody, probably been doxxed from Dave's app. His life's better that he can be a hero to the few than the villain to the few, because it's better in it to be liked by your community than hated. And if they'd have done this and he'd have stuck to his word and verified that was true, the sun was out, they'd have all called him a shill as well. Old Flatsy boy here would be slagging him off, saying that he was in on it and he came from nowhere and he's obviously a NASA agent and blah, blah, blah. You would have been just like Jaren and just like Witsit. So you're very fortunate that did not happen.
Long 5 minutes. Okay. So I don't even know where to start. Let me think about this for a second. So Steve, why do you think, if the flat earth community as a whole is not accepting TFE, why would they, and we live streamed multiple times, why would they accept a call to you, some guy they don't know? Why would they accept a call to you as valid? Therefore, TFE is good and fine and right, but they don't accept the live streaming and the interaction
Exactly.
we did with hundreds of other people. Explain that.
Well, Will, I'm sorry, but that's deflection because I've just
No.
asked you straight why you didn't call me, and
Steve,
that's
how's it a deflection?
you know, and also I demonstrated, Will, in my flat Earth video, like TFE Epic Fail Part 1, how live streams can be faked, and you didn't have one interaction. You didn't have a single. You and Dave McKeegan, and also Jeren, when they were asked to reference live where they were, they gave 2 dates from 2 days previous. Both of them. One was for a football score in the UK, and one was for an American football match that was 2 days old. I asked you to phone me live, Will, and it doesn't matter what other people think. This is about you and me and our agreement. I live on air in front of 1,500 people at the time, and now thousands.
Okay, cool. This is very simple. I don't want to waste my time. So you guys need to make sure that this is going to be a good use of my time. Steve and Keith, if I get someone to live stream with Steve in Antarctica at the time he suggests, they pan around and the sun is up, will you guys admit flat Earth is false and we live on a globe? If not, this is a waste of my time.
That doesn't
Well
make
done.
it a flat Earth or not. Steve is
Okay,
just
so
asking-
why does it matter then?
Wait.
No,
Duffy.
please tell me why doing a live stream with Steve and circling around at a specific time
Uncomfortable
is
already?
a good use of my time. Tell me that, or this is a waste of my time.
Will, you agreed to do it. Will, you agreed to do
Hey,
it.
Steve.
You agreed to do it, Will.
Steve, listen.
You agreed to do it.
Steve,
You seem to be running, Duffy.
I'm not running. Steve, if I
The delusion. Either you are that. He's not. You can tell by his face that he knows he's caught again. This person here is a rabbit in the headlights constantly with people like Will. He has just come on. Will is brilliant at this stuff. Is always a step ahead of these people. I can't believe that he's just done that. So he's offering to get someone in Antarctica to live stream with Steve at the time that he wanted Will to do it. So that would push it. So everything he's just said is just been negated with one sentence. If he can do that, if he can get someone to be there live while he is talking to him on the phone with the sun in the sky, which is what he's saying, that he didn't do it because the sun wasn't in the sky. So he's now offering to do it. And they've immediately gone to, doesn't matter anyway. No, you're running from the claim. No, I've got to watch on because I'm curious to see where this goes.
do this for you with someone in Antarctica, will you admit that the Earth is a globe and that flat Earth is false?
No.
If not, why are
Definitely
we
not. Look, definitely not. He just said definitely not. So why is it an issue then, Flatzoid? Why do you care that he did not live stream with him from Antarctica if it proves nothing? If the sun's already up and it's completely explainable on a flat Earth, why are we here having this conversation as evidence for you and your idiots that matters? If it doesn't matter, it either matters or it does not matter. If it matters, accept this and let him do it. You know what will happen, just like you all knew what would happen in Antarctica. You all knew the sun would be there for 24 hours, which is why you wouldn't go, and which is why all of the other dickheads wouldn't go, and which is why he is grasping to this, because he said he would admit it, because he was one of the more delusional ones that said he'd admit it if it was there. So now he's desperately trying to make it not there because he knows it was there. He's now offering to prove it's there, and you two are not interested.
our time?
Will, we're not wasting time because I'm asking you about historic
Steve,
events that
Steve,
you
Steve,
agreed.
Steve,
Will.
I'm gonna
So what?
leave if you guys are gonna waste my time. I will
Irrelevant. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. He's offering to do it now.
answer that, but I need to know from you
Will.
if I'm going to take my time and effort to give you what you're asking for. Why do you want to see that? If you see a sun, will you say that means flat Earth is false, or are you wasting everyone's time? Tell me why.
Will,
Nobody's wasting your
Will.
time, Duffy. He's just asking a simple question which you're refusing to answer.
I just asked you a simple
No,
question, Will. I've
I'm
asked you a
going to
simple
answer the question, Steve. You need to answer this. Why do you want someone to live stream with you from Antarctica and pan around? Why?
To show slide.
Because, well, I can tell you why, because I stated it in my pre-interview with you before you went on the ice and post that all previous 24-hour suns that have been supposedly captured have been, for one reason or another, failed. Now, and so it was agreed, and you've said throughout your...
Steve, you're not answering.
and
Steve,
also-
why do you want
Try
someone
it.
to
Yeah,
live
no,
stream with you?
Will, I am answering. Dave McKeegan said in one of his live streams, he said, or in one of his videos, never before have we had to pay so much attention to make sure that what we're carrying out is not fraudulent. Now, he said that in one of his streams, and that was because so many people are watching this because it's got such a lot of broken glass history. So TFE went out there with broken glass history. So that's why.
So all of that can be proven by accepting what he's offering you now, Steve. Why are you not jumping at the chance? You are a truth seeker, Steve. You want the truth. You are a truth seeker, Flatzoid, looking terribly worried over there. You are truth seekers. You want the truth. If someone can live stream from Antarctica to you at midnight, you will accept it, yes or no? No is the answer. So why are you even pissed off that he didn't do it?
That's why I had that agreement.
Steve,
with you,
you're
Will,
not answering. You're not answering my question. Steve, you're not answering my question.
I am. Will.
Why?
You didn't phone
Why
me.
do you want someone to phone you from Antarctica? Answer the question right now.
Okay, I want someone to phone me from Antarctica. I wanted you to phone me from Antarctica, Will, because I'd worked out that because the sun circuits the Earth, that the sun would have long gone from Union Glacier when you were supposed to call me, and you didn't call me, and that's because the sun had long gone as far as us flat earthers.
Steve, okay, so why do you? Okay, so you want someone to live stream with you because you believe there'll be no sun visible in the sky. Is that correct?
No.
Will,
Keith, stop. Hold on,
Will,
Steve. Is that why you want someone to live stream with you?
Look at that. The fake laughter is here. You always know when he starts fake laughing and over shaking his head like getting whiplash. You know he's desperately wants to move on. He's saying yes, he's saying no.
To show that there's no sun in the sky?
No, Duffy.
Will, I've asked you, why didn't you live
Steve,
stream?
you're not answering my question.
Fakest smile I've ever seen there. And here. He's offering to give you exactly what you are asking for. Why won't you accept it? We all know why you won't accept it.
Question.
You're not answering him, Duffy.
You want someone to live stream with you from Antarctica. Why?
What someone you?
Because it would demonstrate.
Why? Why does you don't trust him? This guy has made videos saying how untrustworthy Will is, right? He has made loads of videos. He's a snake. He's this, he's that. He's fake. He's not a pastor and all this other stuff. Now he's saying the only person he'd trust to do it is him. Weird that. Weird.
Demonstrate that there was a sun in the sky, and it was also demonstrate there was no jiggery pokery, because I asked you specifically to get your mobile, Will, and pan right around the site.
Okay.
And so instead of doing that, you then reference me on the ice.
Hey, Steve.
So you obviously had
stop
me
talking
in mind
about the
when you were
past.
talking. But Will, this is
Steve,
about the
Steve,
past.
What matters?
This is about what happened.
What matters is actions. Okay, I am right now committing to do something for you. If it's not a waste of my time, I will get someone in Antarctica to live stream with you if you tell me what it will prove if the sun is in the sky. What will that prove, Steve?
Well, Will,
answer the question, Steve.
You can't say it, can you, Steve? Because you said it would prove that we live on a globe before he went. And now you won't say it because it will all be over. And he's desperately shifted around in your chair for you to not say it because he's brought you on like somehow this is a slam dunk. And he looks like a dickhead again. Again.
First of all,
answer the question, Steve. If someone live streams with you in Antarctica at the time you suggest, what will that prove to you? Tell me right now.
That would have proved that the sun would have been in the sky, or it wouldn't
Okay,
have
and
been.
and why is that important in this whole debate over the shape of the earth? Why is that important, Steve?
Why?
Because Will, the Bible specifically says that the sun circuits the earth.
Okay, perfect.
And therefore
what?
Therefore, because the sun circuits the whole earth and doesn't circuit what you call the fake continent of Antarctica, I'd worked out that the sun would have long gone, and there would be the albedo effect, which is the absence of sun, but there is light because of residual light.
I've got to read this out, right? This is a super chat. This is a sort of bellends that watch this stuff. I may not agree to a pre-filmed TFE trip, but don't let Will get away with his false binary. A 24-hour sun does not equal a globe. Make him answer why he failed to do what he agreed to do. Make your mind up which one is correct. You are suggesting he didn't do what he agreed to do because it would have set. And you're also saying 24-hour sun doesn't equal a globe. In the same super chat. This is the cognitive dissonance, as we say, don't we, Nathan? What do we say, Nathan?
Sounds like cognitive dissonance to me, mate.
That is what it is. Incredible.
and also because of the glare of the ice, but there would be no sun
Perfect.
in the sky. And I'd work
Perfect.
that out. And that's why I contacted
Okay, great.
you.
So Steve, when someone does what you're asking, which I can arrange, and the sun is in the sky, will you admit you're wrong?
Right, Will. Right, you're asking this.
I won't answer that because I'm going to keep making it about the fact that you didn't call me on the first night and wasn't the most important person in Antarctica. I was at home in bed and I wanted you to do it for me. You didn't. I thought the point was that you wanted to prove something to yourself because you was a truth seeker. Why are you not jumping at the opportunity of this? If I didn't believe something and someone was offering to prove it to me, I would say yes, please. Immediately.
This is we're talking about historically why you behave the way you behave.
So listen, Steve, this is very important. You are asking for something specifically. If I give it to you in the future, will you admit you're wrong about the shape of the earth?
Well, you've already asked me that question.
Yes or no,
you?
Steve?
You asked me that live.
Steve, yes or no?
What? Will I? What?
Okay.
What? Hang on, Will.
Can I interject?
Can
I interject? Because the thing is,
Will.
Steve is not under cross-examination.
Go on,
Steve asked you a question, which you're refusing to answer him, and now you're trying to.
Listen,
how is it a cross-exam? Oh God, he desperately needs Steve. He's flouling miserably here. So Knobzoid has to come in and save him. Steve's not in a cross-examination. No, he's not. He's being asked one question. It's not a cross-examination. It is, do you want the thing you are crying about to happen, yes or no? That is not a cross-examination. That is one question. It's obviously a step too far for Steve, the super honest Steve from the UK, the flat earth Steve. He can't just answer it. He can't just say, yeah, actually, do it. Why doesn't he just say, even if it's going to be fake, it's going to be fake and it's all going to be CGI again, and then we're going to find faults in the video of this guy doing it, whoever he gets to do it from Antarctica, just say yes. Or your entire point is irrelevant, isn't it? If all you wanted was the sun in the sky at midnight and he's offering to show it to you on a live stream with you on the phone to prove it, why wouldn't, if that's all you wanted to see, why wouldn't you say yes to that? I know why you wouldn't say yes, because you know the fucking sun's going to be in the sky and you're going to look like a prick.
You guys, no. Can you just wait 2 seconds so I can make my statement?
Yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, Steve asked you a very simple question, okay? Now, instead of just answering him, you're trying to cross-examine him on answering about why this. The point of the thing is, like you said, it's based
desperation
on just being what you kept on your word. Your word was you would contact him. And instead of just saying, okay, yeah, I can
keeping his word now.
Instead, you're not trying to attack him and saying, because you don't want to, you want to go and we should get this live done now. It's got nothing to do with that. It's got to do with your word.
I will talk about the past. I have a theory, Keith, that you guys do not care about proving the shape of the earth. You don't care.
Exactly.
You guys are unwilling.
Exactly.
You guys are unwilling to do anything that would prove the earth is flat. You're unwilling to do anything. The only thing you guys are willing to do,
Duffy.
The only thing you guys are willing to do is sit in your houses and live stream with other flat earthers. That's it. Go back and look in history. No, stop. This is
why is he fake laughing at that? That is 100% true. He doesn't care about it. They don't care about the truth. Otherwise, they would be saying, yes, do it right now. I want to see it. Do it.
Important. Keith and Steve, do you guys want me to help you do something that you think will prove flat earth and disprove the globe? Yes or no?
The earth is already proven flat.
Yes or no?
We just want you to answer questions because
I'm going to answer them.
Very dishonest. That's why we're asking these questions live.
He's being very dishonest. You don't even know where the South Pole is, you prick.
Because we want you to just be honest for once and just answer the questions. The earth is flat.
I'm out. Last chance. Do you guys want me to help you show the world that the flat is true and the globe is false? Do you want me to do that or not?
If you want to, it's already been shown flat, but go ahead. How are you going to do this?
So that you're proving my point. You don't want me to.
See, I just said go ahead, but how are you going to do this? It's already done.
I'm going to give Steve the live stream that he asked for. Let's stop worrying about the past and let's do what you guys are saying right now would prove something to you, because guess what? I can arrange it. So are we going to focus on the past, or are we going to focus on giving you guys what you want? Steve, do you want someone to live stream with you in Antarctica? Yes or no?
Will, we are live streaming
Steve,
now.
do you want someone to live stream with you from Antarctica?
What? I don't know if you caught that. Steve, Do you want me to get someone to live stream with you in Antarctica with the 24-hour sun? Yes or no? Steve's response, we're live streaming now. That was his response. This is the oracle of honesty that I keep getting told by Gas Pressure / Spurs Chemo and everyone else I talk to when I talk to flat earthers. This is their evidence. This utter knob here that is squirming around. This bloke is squirming. This bloke is squirming more.
Okay, yes or no? Steve,
Bill,
do you want someone to live stream with you from Antarctica? Yes or no?
No, I want
What is this reaction
If you
for?
don't want someone to live stream with you from Antarctica, then you should have never asked me to do it. Last chance. Do either of you want someone to live stream with you from
No.
Antarctica?
No, we want you to be honest and just answer questions when asked. That's it. That's what we're asking you, just to be honest and answer. There we go. You can't answer, guys.
Wow.
That shows.
That-
What does he show?
This shows without a doubt he knows he lied. He knows what he's done is
He knows he lied. He's just offered to do it right now. And you've both, it wouldn't prove anything anyway. No, I don't want you to do it. I just want you to do it. What? This is so cringy. It's insanely cringy. And you both know it. See you later.